All right. So find whatever seated position you're working on, whether that's easy pose, half lotus, full lotus. You can just place your hands on your knees. If you prefer to be in receiving mode, you can have the palms facing up. You decide. I'll invite you to close the eyes and just start paying attention to the breath. Whatever happens throughout your day or before you stepped on your mat, it's to go in a little box, put it out of the room. This next hour is for you. And as you breathe, I want you to think about non-attachment and letting go of what you think your yoga practice should be or what it should look like. And I want you to just claim your practice as yours. Whether you think it is good, bad, or ugly, the truth is that yoga is actually pretty messy sometimes. A lot of the times. We fall, we cry. It's not like the painted picture that society always sees. Not always pretty. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And just let that message sink in, not being attached. And then blink the eyes open if they were closed. We're going to do a little version of our twist to start off with, and it's going to include a side bend. So bring your left hand to your right knee. And to start off with, we're going to actually bring the right arm up and then lean to the left. We're going to take a few breaths here, holding on to that left knee. I'm sorry, the right knee with the left arm, left hand. And then next, exhale, bring the right hand down, fingertips behind you. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, twist to the right, pressing the right shoulder back. Next, exhale, come back to center. Right hand to left knee. Inhale, bring the left arm up. Exhale, lean to the right. Stay here for a good 3 breaths. Exhale, bring the hand down, fingertips behind you. Use your next inhalation to lengthen, get as tall as you can in the spine, and then exhale, rotate that shoulder to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Come to hands and knees. So we're gonna begin with the Betalasana to create some heat in the hips and the spine. So just go ahead and begin your cat pose since you're both familiar with it. Just be sure that you're really pressing the tops of the feet and the hands and that you're dropping the head as you arch. And I always love to add just some shoulder dips. I don't know, that's not like the technical yogi name of it, but just moving the shoulders. And let's go ahead and do one more round and then come back to a flat back, neutral spine. Kind of recheck where your hands are once you come back to tabletop. And then we're gonna just look straight down at the mat and take the right leg up. Bring the heel as close to the buttocks that you can. And then we're gonna rotate the hip in the socket. So right now I'm really dipping my back. I need to engage the lower belly in order to protect my back. So go ahead and just do big circles with the hip joint. We're gonna do 3 one direction and then 3 in the other. Be sure that your hands are far enough ahead so your shoulders don't go over the wrists. Once you're done, do the same thing on the other side. So bring the heel to the buttocks and then begin to rotate big circles with the hips. And I'm actually pretty surprised right now at how much muscular action this is taking rather than opening. So funny. Hey, Coley. All right, bring the knees apart and the big toes together. Come back into child's pose, but activate the arms. So press the fingers into the mat, continue to stretch the shoulders and turn off, you might have distractions, but just bring it inside and turn off any distractions that you can. Bring the forehead to the mat. And just imagine bringing that nourishing oxygen to every part of the body. As you take a few breaths here. Let's do one more inhale, one more exhale, and then come back up to hands and knees. Okay, so bring the knees back together, back to hip width apart. Grab your block. I'm going to have you put your block, just put it in front of you. We're going to actually bring our hands to the block in a dolphin pose type thing. We're going to come down to the forearms. So your hands are going to be like hugging the block like this when we do this. And then when we change it, it'll be hugging it like that. So first, let's start tall. Bring the L shape of your hands to the block. Come down to your forearms. Curl the toes under and lift the hips up and back. You can drop the head to start off with. We're going to take a few breaths here. You can even move the feet around a little bit or the legs around if you want. It's a little bit more difficult in dolphin. And the reason the block is there is just to kind of keep the arms parallel, and then also so we can bring our nose up to the block. So here's what I mean by that. Stop your movement with the legs, come to stillness, and then we're gonna move the hips up. Boom. Bring our nose to the block and come back. And do it 3 times. And then come down to your knees, big toes together, grab the feet for child's pose. That's good stuff, right? Don't worry, we're gonna work the leg muscles just as good. Next exhalation, come back up to hands and knees. We're gonna come up into a regular down dog this time. So curl the toes under, press the roots of the fingers into the mat, nice straight arms. Feet can be hip width apart. Tailbone up and back. And again, walk the feet out, move the hips around. Do what feels good here for your body. Slow down your pedaling of the feet, separate the ankles, and walk the hands towards the feet. So we're gonna do a little bit of like a backwards sun salutation here, but first we're gonna come into ragdoll. So inhale to lengthen and then get your belly close to the thighs. Bend your knees if you have to, if that's how you're getting it there. Drop the arms, the upper half of the body, grab opposite elbows, and then sway a little bit. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Keep the knees bent. Still come up halfway. We don't want to pass out. I don't want you guys to pass out. Shoulders back. And since this, for our Align class, we really want to focus on having a flat back while we are doing our half Uttanasana. Bend the knees, inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Good. I feel like I'm a little bit bigger on the screen today. I'm gonna move this up though. All right. So modified Surya Namaskar A. We're starting at the back of the mat just to keep things exciting. So start in your Tadasana. Get Tadasana feet, press the ball mounds of the big toes. Notice maybe where your weight is shifted. Are you pushing your hips forward, hanging out on the ligaments, or are you grounding your femur heads to support with the big joints? The safe way to keep the hips protected. Weight is evenly distributed in the feet. Inhale, bring the arms up. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. 2 more times. Inhale up. Last time. Exhale, bring it in. Good. Inhale 1 more time. We're gonna lean to the right. So you can keep your palms together. Cross over the thumbs, just lean to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, lean to the left. Get some side bend action in here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we're going all the way down. So fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk your hands forward and come into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows pointing straight back, come all the way to the ground. We're gonna do 3 cobras here. So separate the feet, hip width apart. So the first one is going to be hands to lower ribs. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Inhale, lift. Press the pubic bone, engage the buttocks. Exhale, down. Bring the hands to the edges of the mat now. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Now fingertips on the outer edges of the mat. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Bring your hands back to the lower ribs. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, get to the front of your mat and fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Come back to Tadasana. We're going to do that 1 more time with the cobras. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back to plank and lower into chaturanga. And then stay down. Be sure your hands are at the lower ribs. Inhale, lift, cobra. Exhale, down. Hands to the edges of the mat, inhale up. Exhale down. Be sure that the lower half of your body is activated. Fingertips to the outside of the mat, inhale up. Exhale down. Hands to lower ribs. Bring yourself to hands and knees first. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up. Get to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Back to Tadasana. Okay, so grab your block. We're gonna use the wall. And so I know that, all right, Coley, Alexis, you guys have a wall right next to you, and Jesse, you have to get off the camera to get to your wall, right? Okay, so you have a wall right by you. Cool. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our warrior 2 and really feel where that knee is supposed to be in warrior 2. So watch me do it first real quick. We're gonna have to be close enough to the wall to put the block behind the knee. Okay, so be sure the knee is bent. You put the block behind the knee, rotate the shoulders open, and then we come into warrior 2. So I'll give you a second to set that up. And really get to feel the muscular action that's happening in order to keep that knee open. And then pressing the right heel back. And then we're gonna do a little bit of movement to see what it takes to keep that block there. So just find your breath in this pose. Activate the Mula Bandha, the lower belly, that energetic lift from the inside. All right. So here we're gonna do a side angle and then come back to warrior 2, okay? So take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor in front of the foot. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down. Your fingertips don't get to the floor, that's okay. Inhale, up. One more time, exhale down. And inhale up. Go ahead and bring the hands down. Grab the block. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Left toes in to safely change sides. Bend the right knee. So not only do we feel the alignment of the right leg, but we can also kind of feel the evenness of the shoulders. Lower belly in and up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale down to side angle. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more time, down and back up. Grab the block first so you don't hurt your toes. Bring the toes in and then bring the legs back together. Put your block off to the side. Let's put it in the front of your mat. So just a side note, I think you all have foam blocks. Jesse, you might have a cork block, but if you practice this on your own at home, maybe put a blanket on top of the toes first, just in case it falls on your toes, because that can certainly happen. We're gonna do it without the block now in the middle of the room. So widen the legs. Just try to remember, I mean, that's a lot of awareness to keep that leg open, especially when you're holding a block. Right toes out from the hip socket, bend the front knee. Be sure that you're not just bending the knee, but you're actually pressing the pelvis down. Rotate the left shoulder open, extend the arms. Let's take 5 breaths here. Pay attention first to the feet, pressing the outer edge of the back foot, pressing the front foot, keeping that knee directly over the ankle. Mula Bandha. Engage, lower belly in and up. Good. Here we go with our flow. Down, up. See if you can keep that knee straight. Down, up. One more time. Down, up. And then we're gonna bring both hands to the front of the mat. Move that back foot. So we're gonna come into standing splits here. So I had you put your block at the front of the mat so you could use that if you needed to. We're just gonna come down to the block or the floor, keep the right knee bent, and start to lift the back leg. I'm not gonna go very high here. You might go really high. If your fingertips are on the floor, you can start walking your hands back to the leg. Point the toe. Take a breath here. Shoulders are still away from the ears, even though you're upside down. And then bend the knee. Bring both feet together. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Good. Bring your block to the other side. So you guys have been, and because you now have a foundation of yoga and what's safe or not safe, it's important to practice the alignment while you're doing the flows too, because when you're in a class that's moving faster, it's easier to get injuries that way. So practicing the movement with the alignment is a good practice. Go ahead and separate the feet from the left hip socket, bring the toes out. Drop the back heel a little bit, and then bend the left knee. Drop the pelvis, engage Mula Bandha in, up, right up to the crown of the head. Rotate the right shoulder back, bring the arms out. Check the knee. I bet it's right over the ankle because now your body's like, oh, okay, yeah. We're gonna take 5 breaths here. Start from the bottom, all the way up to be sure everything is engaged where it should be, long where it should be. Shoulder blades are dropping back. Next exhalation, we're gonna go down to the floor. So exhale, down, up, inhale. Exhale, down. Ooh, inhale, up. Exhale, down. And back up. Did you guys see my back foot slide there? I wasn't putting enough pressure, and my body told me. So, all right, here we go. Windmill the arms. Drop the back heel. And come into your standing splits on this side. Point the toe and just bring it straight up. Walk the fingertips towards the leg. If you're close to the leg, you can hug the leg and bring your head to your knee. We're gonna take a breath or two here. Bend the standing knee. Bring the feet together. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Good. Come to Tadasana for a moment. I want to kind of go a little deeper with the Mula Bandha. So I know you can't see my face right now, but you don't need to see my face. Bring your fingertips to your hip points, the pointy things that are in the front of the pelvis. Be sure you're standing in Tadasana feet or with Tadasana feet. So just with your index fingers, press those points. You're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine the fingertips coming towards each other. The muscles you need to engage in the belly to get those fingers to feel like they're coming towards each other. Do you guys feel it? It's the low, deep muscles, the transversus abdominis. So that's the power. All right, go ahead and release. Grab your strap. We're gonna do one more thing on the wall. And that is, you guys are actually gonna thank me for this one because we don't have to do anything. This is actually to help us balance. We're gonna do our Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. This one, we're gonna use a strap and we're gonna do it against the wall. So I want both of your buttocks against the wall. So the wall never lies, okay? Bring the strap around the ball of the big toes, or the big toe, or the foot, the ball of the foot. Just keep the leg down here like this for a moment and grab the strap with your right hand. Check your left toes. We want to keep everything in alignment here. Be sure that the left leg is strong. Flex the right foot. Okay, so foot stays straight up the center line, or I'm sorry, like in line with the hip. Keep the left hand on the waist. Go ahead and bring it up. If you need to lengthen the arm. 1, 2, shoulders back. 3, deepen the right hip crease. 4, 5, bring it out to the side, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back to center. Lift and then release the strap. Point the toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Good, I'm gonna watch you guys do the other side. So you're lifting with the inner thigh, you're deepening the crease of the left leg. So that'll help you keep the pelvic floor up and then engage the Mula Bandha. So strap around the ball of the left foot. Be sure your standing leg is straight. Left foot is flexed. Good. Shoulders back. 1, 2, 3. Mula Bandha. 4, 5. Bring it out to the side. Keep the hips attached to the wall and just bring it out as far as you can. Rotate it in the ball and socket. Right hand on the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back to center. Point the toe. Drop the strap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and release. Shake your legs out. Nice job. Come to the top of your mat so we can vinyasa down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Just a regular upward facing dog here. So lift the whole body up. Shoulders are rolled. Well, shoulders are rolled forward, chest is lifted. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, get to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Right leg up and out. Come into your wide leg forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands on the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Toes are pointing straight forward. Engage the legs. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands down to the mat. Drop the head completely. And even here, upside down, see what it feels like to engage the lower deep abdominals in and up. It should help you get some length and then create space in the hips so you can hinge forward a little bit more. As long as your legs are active, your upper body can soften. And with your hands on the floor, you can go ahead and walk them back towards the inner arches of the feet. And now bring your right hand right below the face on your mat. We're gonna come into a twist here. You're gonna have to shift your weight a little bit to the left and then bring the left fingertips up. Deep breath. Exhale down. Shift to the right, right fingertips up. Exhale, bring them down. Slightly bend the knees, bring your hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Hop your feet together. Nice soft knees. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Keep the knees bent here, or bend the knees if they're not already. We're coming up into chair pose. So drop the sitting bones, bring the arms up. And then exhale, open up, right arm behind you. So coming into a twist here. Mula Bandha, yes. Exhale, bring the palms together, fold. See how flat you can get your back here, just in our forward fold for a moment. If you have to bring your hands to your shins, that's fine. If you do have your block nearby, you can use that. And all the while, lifting the sitting bones and protecting our hamstring attachments. Go ahead and drop the sitting bones. Inhale, arms up. Weight is in the back of the body. Bring the arms down. Left hand opens up behind you. Drop low. Exhale, palms together. Fold forward. Separate the feet, step on top of the hands. So toes to the wrist creases. And then shift your weight forward and just hang forward. I was totally pushing my back up. I don't know if you guys could see that, but then after you do that check from foot to head, I noticed that I needed to draw forward and bend my knees a little bit. On your next exhalation, release the hands. Walk back to downward facing dog. Plank. Good. Butt's not high, butt's not low. Right in the middle where you feel it. Push yourself forward, chaturanga down. Use your left arm as a pillow. Now we're gonna love on the legs a little bit, grab the right ankle. Bring the heel towards the buttocks. Press the hips into the mat. Go ahead and release, do the other side. Even here, don't let the shoulder drop forward, keep it back. And go ahead and release. Hands to lower ribs. We're not gonna bend the back to come up, we're gonna try to lift the body evenly and come up to hands and knees. So we can cross at the ankles and have a seat in Dandasana. Sit nice and tall. Big toes together. Find your breath while the legs are still active. Go ahead and release. Bend the knees one at a time. We're gonna drop the right knee down. It's not gonna be pointing forward. It's, I guess it is a little bit. And then take the left foot to the outside of the knee. Left fingertips behind you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. So we're gonna do this for a breath or two, and then we're gonna make it a little bit more interesting. Maybe we should save that for next time. No, let's do it now. Go ahead, exhale, release. Grab your strap. Put it around the left foot. And then the strap will go behind you. The left hand is gonna grab the strap, okay? Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring the elbow to the outside of the knee again, and then pull on the strap with that left hand to come into the twist a little bit deeper. Here we keep the belly soft, the jaw soft, and release. That was good. Let's do the other side. Warm it up first. So left leg down, right foot over the knee. Keep your strap nearby. Right fingertips behind you, left arm up and over. If your elbow does not come to the outside of the knee, then grab the knee. Lift the chest. Let's do one more breath. And then go ahead and grab the strap, put it around the right foot. And grab the strap. You can either hook the foot if your strap is already hooked, otherwise just have the straps even so you can grab both straps behind your back. And then inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. I'm holding the knee, so I left out the part where you bring it up and over. So you know how to get back into it. Pull on the strap with your right arm. Chest is lifted. Soften the jaw, the throat, the belly, the tongue. And go ahead and release on your next exhale. Lie down on your back, but grab your block first. So I know that all of you can go up in your bridge pretty, a regular amount. So we're gonna actually build ourselves up with the block. We're gonna start on the medium level and then try to get to the tall. So not the flat part, medium level, let it read the spine. So it's gonna be on the lower part of the spine, touching the sacrum and the lower spine. Bring your heels closer to the sitting bones. We're gonna take a few breaths here. Just doing a passive Setu Bandhasana back bend here today. Still keep the knees parallel to each other, or the upper leg bones. And then we're gonna go up one more level, maybe. If you can't get up to the next level, just stay here or go back here. I want you to try it first. So press the feet, lift the hips towards the ceiling. See if you can get it tall. Make sure it's on the lower back and the sacrum, otherwise it's going to hurt. So we're just going to kind of let the hips drip over the block here. Readjust the feet, palms facing up. Let's take 2 more breaths. Press the inner edges of the feet, lift, remove the block, and then slowly bring the pelvis back down. You'll feel this huge arch. Actually, I feel like I have a dent in my butt right now too from the block. So bring your left ankle to your right knee, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh, and draw that knee up towards the chest. Keep both feet flexed. Exhale, bring it back down. Other side, right ankle, left knee. Be sure the lower spine, the lower back is actually flat on the mat now. If your legs are lifted, it should be flat. Exhale, bring it down. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees hang out to the sides. Long stretch here overhead. Bring the arms down. Bring the knees back together. And grab your strap. One more time. Bring it around the bottom of the foot, straighten the left leg. Even if you can grab your toe, we want to use the strap here today. Keep the foot flexed. So remember we did this on the wall. Now we're on the floor, same thing, different relationship to gravity. Keep the foot flexed. Left hand is going to be on top of the left thigh and bring it up. Remember the Mula Bandha, transverse abdominis, engage that area in and up. Exhale, out to the right. Bring it back to center. Grab it with the left hand, right arm out, cross the center line. Back to center, grab a strap with each hand. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the heart, chin to shin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly lower the shoulders and the head, drop the leg. Other side. Right hand on top of the right thigh, shoulders back. Bring that leg up. Next exhale, bring it out to the left. Nice and slow, mindful. Back to center. Grab it with the right hand, left arm out, cross the center line. If you're feeling any type of pull around the knee, bend the knee. Back to center, grab the straps. Big inhale. Exhale, lift the heart first. Chin up to the shin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax the head and shoulders, float the leg down. Bend your knees. You can give your knees a hug here and rock left to right. We're gonna do one more thing before we go into Shavasana. Roll to the right to safely come up. All right, so we need to loop our strap. So do what you need to do to make that happen. Even if you have to tie it around your legs, but this strap, if your strap comes with a loop, loop it up. You want to make sure that the pole part is going to be facing you. We're going to put this around our thighs, okay? And then just tighten it a little bit for now. It doesn't have to be perfect just yet. You guys are like, what are we doing? All right. So get near the wall. This is something we don't do often enough, honestly. And you might want to bring your mat close to the wall. Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. I want to have our legs up for a couple minutes before we do Shavasana. So bring your left hip, or whatever side you're on is fine. Bring it up to the wall. And then swing the legs up. All three of you have flexible enough, long enough hamstrings where your butt should be up against the wall and the legs straight. Get flat shoulder blades, and then we're gonna tighten the strap. So this just makes it more of a passive posture so we can rest the legs even more. It takes out some of the muscular action. Keep your hands on the belly. We're gonna do the tactical breathing or the box breath while we lie here for a few minutes. And you will feel sensation in the legs. And I'll guide you with the breath in just a moment. Take another deep breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. Let's do one more round. finish up wherever you are and return to your regular breath. Go ahead and bend the knees one at a time so your feet are flat. Just taking a moment here, feeling how different the sensation is now compared to when your legs were up. And then go ahead and drop the knees, roll onto your side. And take a moment here. Even here, the blood flow is going to be a little bit different. So feel that sensation and how it's different than the other two. And then go ahead and press yourself up. Remove the strap from your legs. And we'll get ready for our Shavasana. It's more enjoyable with the strap on the legs, I think. It just feels like the legs can rest a little bit more. And then you can get in heavy to the stuff like putting weight, like sandbags on the tops of the feet, things like that. It's real nice. So go ahead and lie down on your back, cover yourself up, or however you want to get comfortable. Close the eyes if you're ready for that. Straighten the arms, the legs. Separate the ankles. Palms facing up. And coming back to what we talked about in the beginning of class, non-attachment to what we think our practice should look like for ourselves or even just day to day. It's not always pretty. Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes we fall. We just kind of let the practice be our teacher. It's not always about it looking perfect and pretty. Feel the bones begin to settle to the back of the body. As you feel your breath begin to slow down. Relax all the muscles in the face, even the inner ear canals and the throat and the collarbones. Allow the ribs to release. And the pelvis and the legs. Feel them getting heavy. Maybe even your feet fall open to the sides a little bit more as you let go. Non-grasping. Soft in the hands. And whatever it is, or whatever you feel at the moment, just let that be what it is and allow yourself to just be.